Now, specifically, the characteristics of the influence quadrant, the I. So high influence style. They tend to act very persuasive. When in conflict, they will have a tendency to attack, not physically, but verbally. This style thrives off of approval. They need to have approval. Primary drive, interaction. They want to talk. They want to interact. They want to engage other people. Preferred task has to be people related. There has to be other human beings involved with a high I. Comfortable, they're very comfortable in social friendliness situations. They want to be the life of a party. They want to be the center of attention. They thrive off of that interaction. Personal strength, they're an encourager. They're that friend that you call on the phone when you need a little pick-me-up. They're that friend that calls you out of the blue and wants to just find out everything there is to know about you and then tell you everything that they've done for the last 3 weeks in great detail. Strength concern, because they are so sociable, because they love that interaction and they want approval. A lot of times that high I, they'll talk without thinking. Oh, shouldn't have said that. Can we pretend I didn't say that? Those types of scenarios. Say that again, Jeremy?
I just looked at him.
At Jeremy? Oh. Yeah. If you've ever had a conversation with Jeremy that lasted longer than like 15 seconds, you know exactly what that is. He said, "What did I do?" It's okay. We approve. You're good. So personal limitations. A high I is usually disorganized and very non-traditional in their approach. So they're the kind of a person that has like the organized chaos all over their workspace, where it's like, where's that file? Oh, it's under those 5 files next to the paper clips. And you're like, how did you know that? Well, that's where I left it 3 weeks ago. I remember because I was talking to so-and-so when I put it there. So personal wants. This is where we get into understanding and knowing yourself, but also understanding and knowing your client or potential client. If I'm talking to a high I and I know that they want approval, they want less structure, they don't want a thumb on their back, well, I can adjust my conversation with them to adhere to their wants, to adhere to what they naturally, and whether they've expressed it to me or not, just because I've identified them as a high I know that they want approval. Does that make sense? Again, talking about knowing yourself and knowing your client. Okay, how you get somebody off the fence. Some people need the stick, some people need the carrot. If I'm talking about how much I approve of this decision and this is a great idea and imagine what your friends and family are going to think when you get to dangle the keys on social media, and I'm painting this approval picture in their mind, but they're not quite ready to move forward. Now we can talk about their fear, okay? Rejection. You know, Steve, I know you and your wife have been talking about moving forward with purchasing this home. How do you think it would make her feel if you said you didn't want to do it?
Why are you going to tell her?
Yeah, damn right. Text message ready to go right now. Okay, where you're planting those seeds of like just feathering that fear. Okay, you just want to plant the seed, make them think about it, because we know if it's a high I, their fear is based on rejection, because they thrive off of approval. They want approval. And as we know, people move from pain much more than they move towards pleasure. So if I have them start thinking about the pain and the rejection it's going to cause by not making the decision, chances are they're going to move towards making the decision. Blind spot. Not following through with commitments. They're going to be really fast to act. They're going to be one of the first people in a party to come introduce themselves. They're all about making the phone call. They're all about starting the conversation. But then they want to start another one and another one and another one and another one. And all of a sudden, 4 people back when it was like, yeah, I'll send you that email with that stuff on it. Oh, my bad. Okay. Talking without thinking. Oh, I'll totally send you those properties. God, it was so great to meet you. Anyways, what's your name? Right? Oh, this is shiny. Oh, that's shiny. Oh, that's shiny. And all of a sudden, they completely forgot that they promised to send you those properties. Does that make sense? So that's where those things start to integrate. So how do they measure their self-worth? Compliments, acknowledgements. Okay? If you are around somebody and they're constantly giving compliments or acknowledging little things that you have done or would do, understand people give what they want. If they're like, wow, your pants look awesome today, they're probably a little bit more aligned with the eye if you're not wearing amazing pants. Like Coachy has some jeans that are phenomenal. And he wore them for like 3 weeks straight without washing them. Because they were $80. Okay, so commit these to memory. Is there anybody that you can think to yourself, yeah, that's probably that person?